up, everybody? What's up? Marc Lobliner, TigerFitness.com, stopping at no means even personal humiliation to have you guys watch my videos. Yes, from the likes of Louis Marco and other topless people like Scooby, I have come out with my boobies. Scooby with my boobie? Okay, this one comes from Ben. And Ben's a trainer. So I'm pretty honored to get to answer his question right here. Ben asks, I want to get your take on carb cycling. Currently 14 weeks out from an NPC show and carb cycling. Hitting 2 low days, a moderate day, a high, then repeating. This is my 4th week of dieting and I've dropped about 18 pounds. Of course, a lot of that weight issue is water and carbs. I'm tightening up pretty well. I feel like I'm on schedule. My only carbs on my low days is a carb meal of steel cut oats after a morning cardio session and fairly high fats the rest of the day from natural peanut butter, coconut, and olive oil. Moderate day is 120 gram carbs and high is about 300. Honestly, I'm not sure if I'm eating enough. I'm growing from the supplements, but my workouts and strength are suffering, and I feel so depleted during some of them that I will just hit a wall and struggle through the rest of the lift. Yep. I don't expect to have training sessions like I do in the off season when I'm taking in 600 grams of carb a day, but nonetheless, I'm not sure if I'm eating enough. I feel like I shouldn't be this depleted this far out from a show. You're 14 weeks? That's about time to start feeling like shit. I am however afraid of eating, much more fear of not being shredded enough. It's my first show, so I don't have a gauge to go on from previous shows. Hitting a 6-day split on weights, hardcore, cardio is 30 at morning cardio before I eat, on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and 1 session sometime on the weekend. Video might be worth your time on this because I know plenty of other people are on the fence about carb cycling. You know what? First thing I did was I replied to you. I'm not a fan of carb cycling. That's for me. At the beginning of my career, I worked at a little place called Weeder Publications. And I got to read and work with someone called Chris Aceto, who pretty much invented carb cycling. Now, Chris Aceto was extremely good at this. And he got people extremely good results. And I think, as in all diets, whether it's carb cycling, high carb, moderate carb, high fat, low fat, as long as you adjust variables and come down in calories as stick points are reached or up in cardio, then you can do it. Dave Palumbo, essentially, for the most part, keeps calories the same and increases cardio. So as long as you're increasing the difference between your energy burn and your energy taken in, you're going to get good results. So the reason you're feeling depleted is because you are hypocaloric for yourself. What I would look at, even if on super supplements, you can't really go by weight because sometimes people will gain weight into a show if they're on supplements. Now, if you're on supplements, look at the mirror and look at your body fat. If you're gaining weight, but you see yourself tightening up, getting veins in place you didn't have before, getting veins across your upper scrotum and across your inner quads, by all means, keep doing what you're doing. And I'm sure you've done your research on that, and I'm not going to go into that shit on YouTube. Last thing I need is the DEA busting down my door. But anyway, that's what I recommend. I think if it works for you, by all means do it. And I've seen carb cycling work on many. But, I'm more of a fan of the consistent approach. I like having my 1 refeed a week. But again, there's nothing wrong with it. If you look at my original diet book I wrote with Chuck Rudolph, Cut Diet, it was essentially a version of the carb cycling diet. That's all I got to say, Ben. If you need help with your show, if you need help posing, by all means, give me a call. Marc Lobliner, TigerFitness.com. Peace out.